Hello, Wetaskiwin, and welcome to the next R&R News interview. We have Dean Billingsley for Council. Hi, Dean.
Hey, Scott, how are you doing?
I'm very well. Dean is currently on City Council, so he's running for re-election. We're going to be doing a two-part interview today. This is part one, which will learn all about Dean's hobbies, likes, dislikes, that sort of stuff. Part two will deal with a whole bunch of other city issues and concerns and topics, so stay tuned for that, which will come out October 6th at 9 p.m. So let's get right in the mix of things. Dean, for the people that have no idea who you are you, and where are you from, and what brought you to Wetaskiwin?
Well, I moved here 31 years ago, originally from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Lived there till finished high school, moved up to Saskatoon to attend the University of Saskatchewan. Left early to return back to my hometown to buy into my first electronics store. Shortly after that, things didn't quite work out the way I had planned. But things turned out for the better. We got married, moved to Wetaskiwin, and shortly after that, I opened up my first electronics store. Had the Sears franchise and ran that business successfully for 25 years.
Perfect. And I think I know you from the mall days when you were in Elite Electronics and I was at the Source or Radio Shack back then. So yep. our acquaintance goes way back. We're not close friends or anything, but we've definitely talked a lot about a lot of different things. So
absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about your educational background. What sort of high school, post-secondary do you have?
Well, like I say, I graduated high school from Swift Current Comprehensive High School, then attended the University of Saskatchewan for just over a year. But like I say, my interests were always in the electronics and business, and I had the opportunity to get into one. And it gave me a lot of experience as far as learning what's required as far as work ethic. And as well, because I had actually worked at that electronics store all the way through high school, I had gained a lot of knowledge in the electronics world. Right.
What sort of work do you do now? Are you employed anywhere in town?
I will call it semi-retired, kind of. I work at Adams Chevrolet. I do some staff training there, as well as a little bit of helping out with marketing. My other job is council on City Council.
Absolutely. Yeah. That does probably, for the Wetaskiwin residents, the most important job you have. So awesome.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome. What do you love so much about it?
Making informed decisions. In other words, I'm a data guy. I like to be able to take a look at all the information and then from there making an informed decision on anything. I mean, the one thing that probably a lot of residents don't realize is that there are many, many different things that councillors deal with. And being able to, what may seem to some as the smallest thing, actually is a lot of detail involved in making that decision.
Great. You must sit on a lot of different councils or committees and volunteer positions being on City Council. Can you talk a little bit about what committees or volunteer positions you have?
Well, currently I am on the Community Engagement Committee, and I chair that, which probably people would know as the winter warm-up. I'm also on the Library Board, which I found very interesting and very rewarding as well. And what I like about those boards is that in my past life, before I was on council, I had sat on many different boards and gained a lot of experience through working with other members in the community.
Great. So just the two then that are assigned for City Hall or City Council?
I'm sorry?
Just the two committees that you have assigned from City Council?
Well, I'm also on the Rural Crime Prevention board as well. Okay.
Do you sit on any boards, or do you do any volunteer work with any organizations that aren't assigned to you from the city?
Yeah, I'm also just a member at large with FCSS. With all the presentations that have come from FCSS to council. It was a board and an organization that I knew little to nothing about before coming on to council. That board was not assigned to myself, but they were looking for members, and I thought, well, here's a good time to donate a little bit of my free time to.
Excellent. Speaking of free time, what do you like to do besides council work and regular work? What does Dean do for hobbies?
I love to travel, seeing the world, different cultures, experiences, food, whatever. I find that very interesting to do. In the wintertime, you will catch me watching Oilers hockey, and as well, big football fan.
Nice. Traveling is a little bit difficult, or put a monkey wrench into your hobby.
Not a lot of traveling in the last 18 months. No.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. For sure.
Kinda.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, the last question on getting to know Dean Billingsley for council. What was your main motivation, or why do you? I think I know the answer because we kind of talked about it. But what's your main motivation to run for council, Dean?
Well, it's actually changed over the last 4 years. Why I ran 4 years ago was not exactly the same as why I'm seeking re-election. I am a passionate community member. I want to see our community grow. I really wanted to give back my time and my experience on council. Great.
Awesome. Makes perfect sense to me. All right. Before we end part one, Dean, give us, the residents, a way they can contact you should they have additional questions or want to ask you other stuff.
Well, sure. On the city's website, you will find, I could read off my email address, but on the city's website, there is a page with all the different candidates. On there is my cell phone number. Please call anytime, as well as an email address. I'm working on getting a web page. I'm not, even though my background is electronics, I'm not social media savvy. So you'll have to either phone me, text me, or email me.
And just a tip for the residents of Wetaskiwin who don't like navigating through different websites, all you have to do is go to Google and type in Wetaskiwin Election, and the page is the very first link that pops up on Google. It takes you right there, shows you the big boxes with all the contact info. So go to Google, Wetaskiwin Election, pops right up. Anyway.
Google is your friend, yep.
Good stuff. All right, Dean, that concludes our part one. Dean's part two will be posted at October 6th, 9 o'clock with everyone else's part twos. So come back and join us then. We'll see you for part two. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Scott.
You're welcome. You can say goodbye to the folks at Wetaskiwin if you like to.
Take care, everybody.